A big Russian Jamar to go to work against Spencer. He got it down, but only as far as Comer and Essendon have got the first clearance inside the 50. Oh, the mark was spilt by Turlick out the back. Well played, McDonald, for the Casey Scorpions. He goes to the wing, but the mark is going to be chopped off by McNeese. The sun is all of a sudden just beating down on Windy Hill. Who would have thought? He goes with a long ball on his left. Wants the mark. Isn't quite going to get it. Ferry was one of the men there. Eads couldn't take it. Carland a little kick along the ground, didn't get much distance. The handball from Redmond chopped off. Good stuff from Casey. Came to Newton. Across to Hewlett. He gets them out of trouble for the moment. High bouncing ball on the wing. Casey have numbers. They need to be closed down. There's no one inside the 50. Time and space here as they run towards the ball. Langford's going to be one of them. Grimer arrives to give a little bit of hand. Kilty's there, but Grimer picks it up in the one hand. Then very cleverly and coolly and calmly found Jake Long in the back pocket.
He did, yep. And nervous times there for the Bombers. Kick is short, finds Ashby. Still haven't exited the 50, the Bombers. The long option here was Michael, who was standing all on his own. It's going to go the other way, though, as Grimer kicks a high ball. Hutchins did well just to affect the spoil. Falls to Tringove, who handballs over the top into the path of stretch. Has been good today on 50. Kicks a high ball, but it's going to be marked by Ashby. Bombers stop another attack from the Scorpions, and they might be able to launch one of their own. Coughlin goes over the top. All players in plenty of space here. McKernan can take a bounce and go for a run. He closes to 50. It's a high ball. Can he bring it back? No, one behind. Well, that would have given them the spark. 5-6-36 plays 9-11-65. Casey leading 2 minutes into the final term on Essendon VFL Radio.
And they kick to themselves. Turlick on the last line goes with as long as high ball as he can, and that's a lovely mark to Oliver. He didn't have much interest from AFL clubs because he was too fat. His words, not mine.
Know the feeling.
The ball's been moved to the wing. He took a nice mark there, did Oliver, and he goes over the top. And another nice ball here to Tringove, who's just paid the mark. Merritt got over the top of him. Had a good day, has Tringove. He might just be getting to that stage where AFL honours cool. He goes down the line, wants a mark from Spencer. He's not going to get one, but he is going to get the mark. And I fancy it's Hewlett, who's done a mountain of work today. He takes it in front of the scoreboard here, reads 36-65, 3 gone last quarter. Hewlett, high ball with the wind. It's going to affect it. Kilty knocked it down only as far as heavy side, picked up at ground level. There's a quick snap around the corner. It's going to go deep into the pocket, across the face. Almost didn't have the legs to get out. In the end it did. That was from Tim Smith, and they'll throw it in. Casey attacking and trying to get a goal into the breeze. They haven't managed one yet this afternoon.
So the ball to be tossed back in. Spencer gets the tap down. The handball just off target. Redmond getting there. He's chased to the line. And we will have it thrown in. Mishi there just behind him. There's the ball to be thrown back in. Sunshine now at Windy Hill, which is good to see. Still on the chilly side and still quite windy. Bombers with the breeze in this final term. Need to get something going now. That took off that boundary throw in. That ended up right at centre half forward. There's heavy side on the deck going nowhere. The umpire will come in, throw the ball up.
That was a super arm.
Well, they've had plenty of practice today. Don't even know your own strength. Coughlin eventually getting the tap down as the third man up. The ball spills free. Picked up here by Michie for Casey as they go back inside the 50. Mark not taken by Kilty. He's tackled to the line. And a little bit on the clever side there. Kilty just went to ground near the boundary line and just knew exactly where he was and got the right result. Throw in. 15 metres around from the behind post. Let's see how Go Gadget boundary umpire arm goes this time. That one a little on the shorter side. Spencer. Neil Bullen just trying to go in and pick up the footy. No one can break clear. Tringove there again. Being held up, and the umpire will throw it up. We're going to got one more of these stoppages left, and then I'm done. Potentially for the day as the ball's thrown up. Spencer. Slid out. Edwards for the Bombers. A clearing kick. A long ball. This one into wide open space. And it's Ferry, the first player there. Hutchins. Oh, he just worried off it. Ferry's got some space now. His kick at goal. He's missed. Missed again. Had a little bit more time. Probably could have run in. 5-7-37 plays 9-11-65. 5 minutes gone in this final term.
So the ball to be brought back in by McDonald. Dodgy old kick, but okay for Garland, who makes good of it. Kicks it down the line. He's not going to get a mark. Work towards the line. It was close enough for it to be fisted over. Turlick happy with that result. And Casey can set up again. 37-65.
I can tell you that wind has firmed up the bowling green of the Bowls Club just over the way, Leedsy.
Yeah, okay.
Not as soft as what we thought.
Yeah, it does look like there's a lot of balls going past the jack. Interesting. Handball, meanwhile, from Coghlan, looking for not getting Thompson. Ball over the line and out of bounds. Essendon in the forward pocket, 65-37. Just need to get going here. There's still plenty of belief, plenty of time, and the conditions are suiting. Need to stick them through the middle. Look at the trees in the back. They're fairly being blown away. Toss back into the breeze. This will be hard work. McKernan didn't get to him in the end. At ground level, he did well, Sean. At ground level, he picks it up. Couldn't get the handball away. And we'll do it all again. This time they'll toss it up. Knocked down. Away comes Stretch. Oh, brilliant tackle at the top of the square. Not rewarded. Ferry goes to work at ground level. Knocks it on. Good stuff, Coghlan. It's built free to heavy side. He was taken high. Umpire was on the wrong side. Tringo did well to disguise it. And they'll toss it up. 20 metres out directly in front. Plenty of players around the footy, as you can imagine. Going to be tough to get space for a kick. Spencer. Oliver. High ball. Will it travel to 15 required? Umpire calls play on. Players work it towards the boundary line and they'll toss it in. Front of the cricket nets here at Windy Hill. Another chance for Essendon to try and score, but Casey have been resolute in defence so far.
So the ball to be thrown back in. 7 minutes gone in the final term. 65 plays 37. As it's tossed back in. Jamar over the top, straight down to Long, who kicks across the face of goal. Oh, McDonald just a little bit too far for him. It bounces behind him and through for a boundary throw. And there's a Bombers player down. Just in back play. He leads. He didn't see what that was for. I was just following the track of the ball. Keep an eye on it. Might be McKernan as the ball's thrown back in. Jamar, ball to grounds. Eventually spills through Redmond, ridden into the ground by Munro. The umpire will come in and throw the ball up. Any news on that player there?
Yeah, offence, it is McKernan. I'm just waiting on confirmation. It doesn't look well.
Ball tossed back up. Coghlan, third man up. Ball spills through. Tringo works to Turlick. They've got to be careful. This injured player might get in the way. And there's another stoppage. It spills out. Coghlan again. He tried to go with the footy. As McKernan gets to his feet in back play. Looks to be okay now, Leedsy.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on. The trainer's just given the thumbs up. He might have just been winded. He's going to get near the footy here as Redmond tracks it. Knocked off it. That was strong stuff from Casey. Heppel trying to get a little toe poke there to get it out. Umpire says, give it to me, gentlemen. I'll clear this. He's right on the arc. Old school end here. Jamar knocked it down, but it was pinched away. Heppel picked up the footy. It was taken off it. Perhaps didn't have enough possession. That's what the umpires ruled. And Heppel needs to go quickly to use the space. He steers this into the path of the lead, but there's no mark. Casey defences everywhere. They swarm to the footy. Stretch. He was well tackled. Didn't have any prior opportunity. Umpire will come in and toss it up. 45 out directly in front. Bombers attacking at the 9-minute mark of the last quarter. 37-65. They trail.
Umpire just looking for a bit of space to run back to. Now throws the ball up. Jamar grabbed it out of the ruck. Quickly threw it on the boot. It's off target and through for a behind. 5-8-38 plays 9-11-65. 9 gone in this final quarter on Essendon VFL Radio. Reminder to Angus Brayshaw. Coming from the ground in the opening quarter. We haven't seen him back yet. He got Falcons. Probably a little bit of concussion, you would think.
So still in the pocket here. Oliver kept it in. Turlick wanted it out and he got the desired result. So what can they muster here? Someone to just work through a little bit of space. Redmond and Long lurking at the back. McKernan's going to do the ruck work against Spencer. Again, the boundary umpire, it's a tough ask there. And there's a free kick. It's going to go in the back to Spencer in the ruck contest from McKernan. So Spencer drives this to the wing, out the back. It's all Essendon. Grimer takes the mark. They've worked a long way up. They're defending that bubble well. He returns just a little bit to open it up to Michael, who comes across the ground in the middle to Ambrose, who just goes further afield to Long. Didn't hit the target, but Long is quick. He's going to be first there. Grimes was bearing down. He gave the handball to Heppel, who goes with a short ball, not paid the 15. Wallace has to go to work. He retreats to Comer, who wants to square them off, and does just. Ambrose good enough to take the mark. Now he goes to half forward over the head of Jamar, who's going to win it at ground level. Casey first there, Tringo first, hands to Patterson, and they can work their way into and then out of trouble.
Well, sort of. As the ball goes to Oliver, a long ball inside the 50, goes over the head of the initial back. Smith going to work. I just burned off Michael. He handball wasn't great for Neil Bull and went through his hands. And now the Bombers with an opportunity. Redmond, who goes from the edge of the square defensive side up to the attacking side. It's fairly open inside the 50 now. Getting onto it, Edwards being harassed there by Turlick. They wrestle, and the umpire will say throw it in. Right where the paint of 50 and the boundary line intersect. 65 plays 38. We've gone 11 minutes in this final quarter.
Trainer's busy out there. Pete, he's just gone to heavy side, given the thumbs up again, but a few tired bodies in the heavy conditions.
Ball thrown back up. It's inherent in his name. He should be all right with these conditions. Has got it out there, McKernan. Only as far as Tringove, who gets it back. Working hard stretch, off a step, kicks up the line. Smith, he tried to trap the ball with boundary line. One out though. And we'll have it thrown in on centre wing on that outer side where the bowls are just going 10 to the dozen. 9-11-65 Casey, Essendon 5-8-38. We've gone almost 12 minutes in the final term.
It's getting to that stage, Bomber fans. There needs to be some goals in a hurry. Out the back of the contest, Casey has a kick, but it didn't go anywhere. First there, Long. Second there, Heppel. Tracking the ball, still Heppel. Lost a handle on it as he was tackled. At the bottom of the pack is Tringo again. He's had a day. He's been absolutely everywhere. In and around the contest. Getting some space. And now here's the third man up, Coughlin. Knocked it 25 metres. That'll do. Wallace, little toe poke, just down the line. Gained another 5. White takes it over. There was no pressure there. But the umpire rules that that's okay. And we are set for stoppage number 3,462. Hard work for the boundary umpires this afternoon. Jamar inside the 50. Can't find a teammate with the punch forward. McKernan lays some good pressure though. Allows Coughlin to come in. And the poor old boundary umpire is going to have to hit the ice bath with his elbow after this one. Right where the arc meets the boundary line. Not a bad spot to attack from. Fair to say they're in need of one now. Essendon, Jamar out the back. Grimes couldn't handle the footy. Redmond ditto. Likewise McDonald, who got through a bit of traffic in the end. Trengove to stretch, pushed off it by Redmond, came to ground level. Dornoff's working hard. He did well to just hold on to the footy, and in the end he was taken over. This time we're 55 around. 400's a charm, they say. Is there any space out the back here? Grimes has set up really well to stop any long run. Jamar protected the space that the ball dropped. As a result, the handball came out to Heppel. He was looking for a teammate but couldn't find one. Gee, good stuff at ground level. Everyone keen. Merritt lays a good tackle, and I reckon he's going to get his man. Yep.
And Munro there, he's a bit unlucky, I thought. But did drag it back in.
Merritt knew what he was doing, didn't he? Sensed an opportunity. He goes long with the footy. Wants a mark at the top of the square over the head of Edwards. Did it beat everyone? No. Touched. Fingertipper. Desperately close, but not close enough. 5-9-39 plays 9-11-65, 14 gone.
Taylor's just going to go as long as he possibly can. He'll kick to himself first to give himself some more room and then go outside the 50. It's a deep ball. It's going to drop in short. Jamar got hands to it. Merritt was there. Handball over the top. Redmond. He's 360 and ridden into the turf, going absolutely nowhere. Good tackle from Mitch White. And the umpire will throw the ball up on 50 for Essendon. Need to get going. 14 and a half gone in the final term. They still need the 5 goals as the ball in dispute, just pinging around. Redmond found some space on the boundary line, but his kick into the goal square has been marked by Hutchins. 65 plays 39. As we've played almost 15 minutes in the quarter as Hutchins goes towards the 50 Ball off hands. Wallace did well. He's going backwards to go forwards. Langford. His handball's been cut off by Tringove. And Casey have some numbers on this outer side as the kick heads up to centre wing. But again, Nani there. Beautifully done, Grimer. He's been sensational today for the Bombers. Takes the mark at half back.
Yeah, picked them up beautifully today has Nathan. And this time he's just going to go long and high and hard. Spencer's got the sit here, but it's out the back. Is that a mark? It is. It's paid. So the last man in the line was Ferry. He just couldn't quite believe it for a moment. He didn't quite take it first time, but he did on the second. And he'll kick from 50. Not much angle to speak of. There is time enough. If they can find any space in the front half. Ferry, from outside the arc, he misses. They can ill afford too many of those. His second behind of this final term. And at the 16-minute mark, it's 40-65.
Turlick again will do exactly the same thing. He'll kick to himself, and then he'll kick up towards defensive 50, where the pack of players will assemble, and it's over right near the Kia sign. We'll have it thrown in. The 50 in the boundary line intersects. 16 gone in the final term.
Time enough. It just doesn't feel like they're going yet.
To be able to get any sort of run on. The margin is 25 points.
Having said that, you kick the goal, you get the stoppage in the middle, and you open it up again inside the 50.
Well, it sort of needs to be that 2 in a row, quick run sort of stuff. Hard to see it happening at the moment, but as you say, Ledsy, it is possible. Ball spills out, long. Slung as he kicked the ball away to Comma, not 15. He has to go around the body. Oh, he's done it brilliantly! Oh, Nick Comma with a special there. That is magnificent. 16, almost 17 minutes gone in this final term. And he's brought it around the body. Could that be the catalyst? 9-11-65, Casey, 6-10-46, Essendon, here on Essendon VFL Radio.
Well, it took something pretty special to break the deadlock. And now, Essendon need to get going again from the middle. 17 gone in this last quarter. 46 plays 65. Casey with the lead. They have defended resolutely, and if that's the sort of goal that the Bombers are going to have to rely on to get this done, it's going to be hard work. But now perhaps some space might open up in the middle. No clean possession initially. Little handball underground's okay. Munro, Mitchie inside the 50 for Casey, who win the day. And all of a sudden it's Newton who takes the mark inside the 50. Every player working back to defend.
50 metres.
Oh, no. Oh, dearie me.
Was it the 10 metre zone? Was it creeping over the mark? I'm not sure what it was. Well, I know what it's going to be, though.
Ambrose was the man on the mark. Of all the ways to concede after you've just kicked a magnificent goal, that stings. Their first goal into the breeze for the whole day has come courtesy of a 50-metre penalty at the 18-minute mark of the final term, and the lead is back out to an imposing 71-46. That takes...
It does take the wind out of the sails a bit, doesn't it?
I can just imagine what the players are thinking for Essendon. That is a flattening result, but if they can get the next one, it's null and void. 2
goals for Newton today. Ball back in the middle. Al-Masali there, down to McKernan, who kicks around the body. Trying to go in the path of Eads. McDonald is there. You overran it. Now has to go back and get it. Ferry there for company. Just pushes the ball over the line. We'll have it thrown in. 25 around from the Bomber goal. They need the reply quickly. Time running out. 19 gone, final term. 71 plays 46. There's the boundary umpire taking plenty of time to toss this ball back into play. Thrown in. Shallow throw in too. It's going to be redone. Yeah, because it didn't get anywhere near the ruck contest. And Mitch White thought all his Christmases come at once. He was all on his own there, thinking, wow, didn't think I was contesting this ruck contest. Take 2, much better. King going to work with McKernan. McKernan got the tap down. Ball just bobbling around, fisted forward by Heppel. Lost a handle on it. King again, just in close quarters. He loses the footy. How did he drop that? Not sure, said the umpire. It ends up with Stretch. They're right in the defensive goal square. Hutchins, kick smothered. It's over the line. We'll have it thrown in. Good work there by Edwards. just to trap that footy.
Yep.
And we're 5 metres around from the behind post. As the umpire tosses the ball back in. Again, it just holds up in the breeze. Very shallow throw. Merritt uncontested. We'll go back and do it all again. Yeah, have another go. The boundary umpire thinking my arm's about to fall off. I've had enough of these to do today. Into time on. 20 minutes gone. Final term. Ball thrown back in. Just bounced in front of the ruck contest. King having to go and pick it up. That's no mean feat for Casey. Ball off hands. Oliver was there. Ball tapped to ground. And Mitchie will see it over. So we'll do it all again. 71 plays 46. Casey leading Essendon. Essendon with the advantage of the breeze, but haven't really been able to use it. Ball tossed back in. Again, it's shallow, but it's okay. On the deck, Edwards trying to go around the body. Can't do so. Grimes just pushing the through. And we'll have it thrown up again.
As you can imagine, there's not much space to work in. It'll be a quick kick that just happens to sail through. Edwards got it out the back. Eads. McKernan, is he strong enough to get through 2 tackles? No, that's holding the ball. And Casey defence stands strong again. 21 gone now. Starting to get a little desperate for Essendon, who need to get going in a hurry. This ball's going to be returned by Hewlett. Oliver, the man with the footy, and he goes across the back pocket and finds Mishi.
Been good today?
Yeah, been very strong. Edwards stands the mark. Neil Bullen on the lead, he ignores that. Now Jamar's going to have the fly here, as is Langford, fisted over the line. And Merritt's going to come off for a breather. Players reassess and set up half forward flank for Essendon. 22 minutes gone in this final term. Not too many goals scored either, just one apiece, so 2 in total. Might not be the longest quarter unless they start putting goals on the board. Out the back comes Stretch. Handball releases White. They've found some space on the outer flank where McDonald takes it. Back pocket. He's closed down by Ferry, so he just has to kick over the top. It's going to be chopped off here. Ambrose takes it quickly. Is there space enough? He finds a man on the run, and Willis, he spilt the put. Absolutely dropped it cold. Eads get the handball inboard just enough momentarily, but in the end it's taken over.
Just can't get anything going, can they, the Bombers up forward?
They almost had it there. Nonetheless, just got to keep on keeping on here. Jamar, third man up, knocked it out the back, couldn't find a teammate on the run. It's Casey who emerged with the footy. Neil Bullen has it slapped out of his hands. Players converge. There's a few tired bodies. They've had to work hard this afternoon, and they'll toss it up. 35 out directly in front. Essendon attacking. 23 gone, final term.
Thrown up. Jamar. Just lost it. Edwards falls to him. Comar. Out of one tackle, then handball to Ashby, who goes around his body. It's a high ball. Oh, they come in from all directions. Well done, McDonald, to spoil the contest. As Casey looked to clear to this outer side, it's just going to bounce out of play. What's the umpire going to say? Deliberate!
Oh, dear.
Ambrose to take the free kick. Well, that's consistent with what we've seen in this competition in the opening couple of rounds, as Ambrose kicks a long high ball, beats the initial pack. No one can get clear. They're trying to provide a contest. Well done by Stretch. Managed to get the handball out. McDonald clears the area again for Casey. The one-on-one contest. And again, Ambrose just letting it roll out. And the umpire says this time we're going to throw it in, because Hewlett was there as well. And we will have it thrown in on that outer side. 24 minutes gone. Final term. 71 plays 46. I think Casey might almost have it.
Kids have got frostbite out the back playing lawn bowls with the shorts on. Got to be some questions asked in all of that. There's a free kick here going to Casey. And it's going to be King in the ruck contest, who has it at half back. And you just feel she's just blown by this opportunity. King goes down the line, and it's a mark taken by Phil. Geez, he's been impressive today. Absolutely everywhere. And he's got it at centre wing, asking for things to settle down. Now he's called to play on. He kicks it as hard as he can. It holds up a little bit. In the end, Ashby flew, couldn't take the mark. There's a slick handball, just a little bit slick by half in the end. Chopped off. And it comes to Oliver, to Grimes, to Mitchie. They keep working it. They've got it inside the 50 now. Here's Willis under pressure. Good stuff, Newton. And he makes sure that this ball doesn't escape. Heavyside had him. Certainly hasn't got any warmer as the afternoon's progressed. Players really for the first time have had some pretty tricky conditions today, and it's been Casey who have mastered them. 71-46 at the 25-minute mark of the final term. And it would take a dead set miracle from here. Is Edwards. Grimer. Coughlin gets it going. That'll do. Heavyside takes it at half-back.
Nope.
Tries to go up the line. Coughs it up. Hutchins plays on quickly, has to retreat, goes to Garland, across the ground, through the middle to Oscar McDonald. Willis comes to close down the space. McDonald goes back out to the outer wing in front of the lawn bowls. Hutchins takes the mark. This time he's going to take his time. Settle in, and now he retreats. They're just icing this clock magnificently. McDonald has it. Half-back flank. He drives down the wing. The contest comes. There's no mark as Neil Bullen forces a 50-50. Good stuff from Turlick in there. He's tackled to ground and it'll be tossed up. Slightly attacking side of centre wing. Last quarter, 26 gone, 71-46. It's going to be the visitors to take the spoils today.
As Heppel goes around his body and the ball beats the initial pack and works to Hutchins, who takes an uncontested mark. Again, just slowing things down. Casey, they're just content to wind down the clock, as is their right. Hutchins kicks up the line, and good mark being taken. Scorps have been really good today. They withstood the pressure. Remembering they didn't score in the second quarter, yet they're still going to come up with the win. Ball ends up with Garland. He just works edge of the square style, defensive side, goes back to the skipper and Hutchins. Can't be much time left, 27 minutes gone as the ball's being turned over. So a chance for the Bombers as this kick goes all the way to the goal square. McDonald, the only player there, he'll track it to the line and go through for a behind. 47, play 71, 27 gone, final term on Essendon VFL Radio. Next week, back here, it's Essendon and Geelong. 12 o'clock bounce, we're on air 11:45. We'll have video streaming for you through vfl.com.au as well.
McDonald to bring it back in for Casey. Just getting a little closer to this siren to finish off the game. Mitchie got around a few, then a little underground handball. Found a teammate, but they're in real close quarters with the boundary line, and unfortunately, it's been the story of the day. Casey have just defended better when they've had to in this last quarter. Played the percentages, and I think it's a tribute to the way they are following coach's instructions. I think they'll be very impressed with the outfit and what they've delivered in this last term. Here's Oliver getting himself into and out of and back into trouble. Kick smothered. Almost half a chance for just half a second, but the ball was stolen away. Oliver tries to keep it in, or pretends to try to keep it in, and it's over again.
I think you want to keep it in, just try to eat off some more time.
28 gone. Final term. Ball in the forward pocket, but it'll just be a conciliatory now as Grimes tries to get his way through traffic. Coughlin lost a handle on it, but it's spilled to Eads. He can go round the body, snaps a high ball. It misses to the right-hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 behinds in this last term, Pete. Hasn't done the trick.
No, turn them into goals and you've got a win as Garland goes long outside the 50. Mark been taken no out there. So we're on 50 for the Bombers. They're going to get a free kick. Dornoff to take it. So the sun comes out again. He'll finish off this one. Called to play on Dornoff. He kicks long and high. Top of the goal square. They fly. Is the mark being taken? It has. Nice mark by Thompson. He wants to get on with it. So he takes 2 steps. Kick on the way as a goal. So muted applause from the smattering of Bombers fans who are still here. Another one added to the total. So they move themselves now to 7-12-54. Now they're going to get beat today, the Bombers, unfortunately. Playing 10 goals, 11-71. here on Essendon VFL Radio. We're ticking down to 30 minutes played in this final term. Can't be long left to finish this one off.
2 minutes of playing time, Pete, as Jamar gets his going to half forward. Redmond around the corner. High ball coming out with a strong lead, but just couldn't get onto it. Ferry. Oliver relieved to Garland. Down the line. He's going to find a teammate. Mishi got on the end of it. He just pedals his way across the wing. Goes down the line. Knocked away from the contest. First hands on it. Comes back to Langford from Wallace, who got it to Jamar. He comes through the middle of the ground. Coughlin takes the mark and releases long. He can run along the wing. What's he going to do here? Sells a bit of candy. Loops the handball to Thompson. The left foot will get the distance if he has the shot. Elects not to. Goes back to Long, who's got to stop, prop, square them up, and McKernan takes the mark. He sort of half played on and pretended he wasn't so that he didn't get called for it.
Oh.
He played on then and got it to Redmond, who has to kick in a hurry across the body, and that was hard to understand.
I can understand what he was trying to do. He's trying to play on, try and get as much distance as possible, but to get things moving, but just wasn't on.
Garland has it back pocket.
He does. Kicks long, outside the 50. Oh, big fly from Smith. It falls to the back. Jamar inside the 50 is going to be turned over again. So every time they've tried to push forward, they've just been quite untidy today.
Surely McKernan just backs himself from the 50 there with the breeze.
Maybe he was thinking, I need to get a bit of a move on here, as the mark taken by Hewlett for Casey. So we wind down this one. 31 minutes gone. There have been a lot of stoppages as Hewlett called to play on. Kicks a high ball. And mark to the man in front, Smith. Sets his teammate running, but the ball is smothered over the line by, guess who, Grimer.
Yeah, he can hold his head up high today.
And we'll have it thrown in. Half forward for Casey on that outer side. 71 plays 54. 31, almost 32 minutes gone in this final quarter. Toss back in. Beat the initial pack. Coughlin there. Second, third efforts. Fourth effort now as he just paddles in front of him. Has got Ashby. He is ridden into the turf, going absolutely nowhere, and the umpire will throw the ball up.
So Casey, it's the one loss so far to Williamstown this season. I'm going to go away with the 4 points here. Grimes goes inside the 50. Hewlett's got to go to work. Grimer, magnificent. He's got it on a string. And then he just releases the barrel. Gets 85. Hutchins is there. And that'll do.